The power of auctions in 2024 estate agency. Today, I'm joined by Steve Wayne, who is a North London Supremo estate agency. Steve, you've reintroduced traditional auctions into your business with a modern twist to some quite success. Talk to me.
So we deal with a lot of properties all over the place, and a friend of mine was at Savills at their auction house, and we just started speaking and realised there's so many properties that people need to sell quickly, and the method of auction where you put that hammer down and you are exchanged is a real powerful thing to some people. I think as estate agents we're obsessed with getting someone the most money, but it's not always about the most money. It's about the correct circumstances, and sometimes speed is what someone needs. And the power of auctions is in the speed. Sometimes, we had a property which we had our first auction late December, and one property you just saw it going up and up and up. And the price we got for them, because there were 2 or 3 people, just went beyond their dreams. What you also get with auctions, and when you deal with, we all get those probate properties, and there's certain properties you get people fighting over. We're not like shoe shop attendants. We can't turn around to someone and go, well, let me see if I've got another pair in the back. Your house is your house. It's sold, it's sold. There's only one of them. And I think there's this real anger when we've dealt with a lot of these dilapidated properties. There's 10, 15, 20 people wanting them. And it's not very transparent when we tell you to put your best and finals in an email and we'll come back to you. And I think people get really agitated and very angry about that. And we wanted to find a way of replacing that anger. And actually, by doing the auctions, it's very clear and transparent. And I think a lot of people in today's world don't like non-transparency of things. And what the auction does, it really makes things very transparent. And as us for agents, the fees we earn, as well as getting better fees, because you're talking about speed and the way we work and what we do, as an agent, you're earning more money. So it's very much very few things are where it's a win and win and win.
But I don't want to be setting up an auction room full of people.
So there's people like us who you can work with, who you can give us your property, and you can have the full fee with us. We take a small buyer's fee, and for us, that's enough. So, and there are other people around the country who do a similar sort of thing. I don't think they do give it all to you, but we give it all to you. But you're right. Most estate agents in the country will probably have 3 or 4 properties. So they're not going to open an auction department, but there are people to work with, and I've spent my career being friendly and collaborating with agents and trying not to be a twat. I've tried my best anyway. But for us, we collaborate with other agents, and if an agent's got something, we let them have the full fee and we take the buyer's fee. But there are certain properties which, as an agent, that would work in auction, and you get it done, and that transparency thing's massive.
Do you think estate agents are worried about the technicalities?
Yeah, look, for my head blew when we did our first auction, and I'm quite calm, I'm quite chilled, believe it or not, but the anxiety I had the night before our auction was insane. Imagine putting a party on and hoping someone comes. That was the feeling. So I can understand why it hasn't taken off in this country, but there are certain properties that it works for, and it doesn't work for Mr. and Mrs. Jones who've got a 4 chain down the road. It doesn't work for them. It doesn't work for someone who doesn't know what they're doing and wants, it doesn't work for everyone, but for the ones it works for, there's 10% of the market that it probably works for. And I think people are scared because they don't know. And I'll be honest, if you asked me to set it up on my own, I wouldn't be able to do it. I've got a partner in it who's done auctions for 12, 14 years. And to be fair, he does most of the work on it. And I put the back end of my contacts and the brand behind it. But there's a lot to learn on it. But actually, for a lot of agents, they have those certain properties that they're just not selling. And actually, auctions is definitely, I definitely think over the next few years, will grow massively.
If you want to speak to Steve, give him a shout on LinkedIn. It's Steve Wayne from Benjamin Stevens. This is not a promo for the business, but I've known Steve for 8, 9 years. Decent bloke. Check him out. And as I said, I've not been paid to do this video either. So there you go. Thank you very much, Steve.
Perfect.